Yesterday I went to a nearby village where I got to visit some members of a friend's congregation. They make sugar and then they also weave fish baskets for the market. We got there by motorcycle. It was beautiful, like these huge bamboo bushes, and the path, it was kind of funny because it was a wide path for enough for a car. It was completely muddy except the middle part. It was just concrete strips, so she had to drive on that concrete strip the whole time and I'm just sitting on the back. That part they would go down, or maybe the concrete was broken up, but it was very beautiful out in the country. You just see the rice fields, there's a little school and the church and just everyone's houses as well. We arrived at the congregation member's house, and in the side room they had a big cauldron wok. They were feeding it hardwood for the fire, and they were making sugar. So they were pouring in the white sugar, dumping in like this hard, sticky molasses mass, and they would stir it with a big wooden oar. It took like 1 hour if the fire was hot enough, but if it wasn't hot enough, then maybe 2 hours. There were about 4 ladies working there. There was one guy in the back that was weighing the sugar in the bags and packaging it for the market. So after the sugar is completely melted down, they poured it into these plastic mancala board looking things, and then they carefully put it aside and had a fan blowing on it. But they said, Hatihati, like watch out, it's super hot. And one lady even showed me her foot, and it was just scarred and red from hot sugar that was poured onto it. So at the end of the whole process, it turns into this, and it's pretty hard. They use the sugar for a lot of things here. One of our favorite meals is satay. So the sauce for satay, they use this type of gula sugar. After I learned how to make sugar, my friend took me to another person in his congregation. The dad makes shoes, and his wife has 2 kids, and she makes fish baskets for the market. They're rectangular and very small. And yeah, you see them mainly in the market holding these maybe salted fish, the dead fish, of course. And some are tinted yellow and some are just regular gray fish looking things. She does the whole process. She goes on the wood and she cuts down big long pieces of bamboo, and then she cuts the bamboo into smaller sections, and then she divides that bamboo up into smaller sticks. And then with the sticks, she takes a knife and she cuts them into little strips, and those are the strips she uses to make the bamboo baskets. And it's really cool. She's got a form for the base. She can put the bamboo pieces in and make the bottom pieces. And she has a lot of those. And then she takes those and she bends the edges, and then she works with 3 pieces of bamboo at a time and weaves them and then folds them over, and then she's got a basket. So her daughter, maybe around 5 years old, knows how to make them too, and it turns out a lot better than mine. My first one turned out to be like an oval shaped, which did not work out well. I asked her, oh, can you sell this? And she's like, no. I asked her, man, like how much do you get paid for all these baskets? And she said that a guy will come maybe once a week and he will give her about 10,000 rupiah for every 106 that she makes. So 10,000 rupiah is about $1 Canadian or about 75 cents. And the husband, he makes the shoes. And I think he was saying that he gets about 70,000 rupiah to about 100 and maybe 15 rupiah per shoe. So that comes about maybe $7 to $15 for each pair of shoe that he makes. And he can make maybe 1 or 2 pairs a day, depending on if they're for women or if they're for men. Going out to the village, I felt like I could see kind of like small pieces of their culture or maybe their animistic beliefs. In one house, they had a kuda lumping horse on the wall that the kids played with, but the larger ones, there's larger ones for adults too, for a superstitious ritual. I haven't been to a kuda lumping event yet, but the people there come together, and the people inside like a fenced area will ride these fake horses, and they're dressed up. They dance around, and then there's drumming and clanging, and they call on spirits into them, and they just do things that normal people don't, like eating glass and just acting different. I feel like going on these different culture events is allowing me to see what people are doing for a living. Like, this is what they're doing to make their income, to support their family. It's part of their culture. Like, they do this in their community. Like, they're talking to each other while they're working. So I think, this is their daily life. This is what they do. So I think it's important to understand what they do every day to get to know them better. And so yeah, I'm really thankful that they are letting us be part of their lives, and I'm just really enjoying our life here in this country.
Life here has been dominated by mainly three things: rain, study, and insects.
This morning, a bunch of us guys are going to climb that mountain.